Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Virgo, I've pulled out a card to get started for your reading from the Lace of Destiny Oracle deck, and you have two underlying cards. So I pulled out a card. I said, Virgo, show me Virgo, show me Virgo. And this is what came out. Happiness. I love it. That's such a nice energy. It's like to have the deepest type of content that you can find within yourself. It's to to sit here and explain happiness, but yeah, it's kind of like being in love with life, honestly. Like it's just like life feels good and looking forward to life and the things that, I don't want to force any feelings on anyone here too, especially if you're like, I don't feel very happy right now, Cindy. So that's okay. Not every reading is for us, and I don't want you to feel pressured to be happy if something's going on in your life right now and you're not, because you have to honor that, right? So sometimes I feel like these can, like, it's such a joyful, lovely card, right? But to me, when I pull cards like this out in a reading, like to symbolize who I'm reading for, it can feel like a very big card, because it's almost like saying, well, this is how you feel. This is how you're supposed to feel right now. If you're not feeling this, is there something wrong with you? No. Okay. So maybe for some of you, this is an energy that you are moving towards if you're not particularly feeling this right now. But I'm going to read this for whoever is in this state right now. It is kind of like a blissful state. It's finding peace. I want to say like it's finding a sense of peace within yourself, finding peace within your own world here. It maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you have someone special here and you're connecting with them, and this brings you a lot of happiness. Maybe some of you are on vacation. Maybe some of you live by the Eiffel Tower in Paris here. But that's the situation. Actually, I visited France a long time ago now. It must be close to 20 years. My mom and I went. And we actually, what I loved about it was, like, here in North America, everybody's like really uptight about how you drink or where you drink. But you could just get like this, what almost seemed like a homemade bottle of wine out of this little cafe, and get some, a fresh, when I say fresh sandwich, I mean fresh. The fucking bread was made in the back that day. The meat, everything was really fresh. And just go sit on the edge of a river. And just have like this makeshift just picnic with a bottle of like what seemed like homemade wine and stuff. It was really, this is not far-fetched. I'm just telling you, like, this is literally, like, you can do this. Maybe if you live there, it's not the same, right? It's like you're on vacation, you have time to do that. Okay, so that's your card, but then your underline is interesting. Your underline is Bridge and Moon. Bridge talks about finding a new path here. Finding a new path, finding a way over. Oh, shit me. Wow, interesting. Right, these two are sitting. They're sitting by the side of a river. And then here, the bridge is it's more like a little stream, but maybe it gets bigger. It's kind of like the St. Lawrence. There's parts that are really small and it gets really, really big. It's like you bridged. You bridged the gap between, well, it says moon. So it could be, okay. You got to the other side of something. I'm going to say that. You got to the other side of something. Did you get to the other side of something emotionally? Did you get to the other side of something psychologically? Did you physically get to the other side of something? Because now you sit on the side here, and it's like you're connected here with your friend. You're having like a little drink together. Maybe there's something that has happened here, even like, I don't even know what that means, but it's coming into my head. Psychosomatically? What the fuck does that mean? Psychosomatically. It's like when I channel something, I'm not sure what that means. Psychosomatically. You're Virgo. You're going to know. You're going to know exactly. You guys tell me, what does that mean? And then later, well, this comes out tomorrow. So later I'll be like, why is everyone giving me the definition of something? What did I say? What the fuck is this about? So if you're going to answer me too, or there's something that you like it that I say in a reading, or you found, tell me what it is, because I have no idea what they're commenting on. But anyways, it's like you find yourself on the other side here, and it's happy. It's happy to be here together. I don't know, right? Like there's two people in the card. You got over the bridge and to the moon. The magic, this land feels like magic. Moon magic. You got to the other side of moon magic. So now I'm seeing like somebody who crossed a bridge here. You're getting from one path to another. We can't really see much about the path that you cross onto, or maybe you're going the other way. But I feel like I'm reading from left to right. So it feels like to me that we're coming this way because this is on the left side and this moves to the right side of the card. So I'm kind of reading it that way. And yeah, going from left to right on this card. So I feel like the path was pretty basic getting to this bridge, but maybe it wasn't. Like maybe it was difficult to find this bridge, to find the bridge here. You crossed it, but but then it takes you into the moon, which could take you into feeling like you're in this really strange and unusual land. It could feel like shadows are really overly expressed here. Things could feel like it's almost like a weird dream, to be honest. Like the moon is turned into a jellyfish, and is it diving down into the water? And there's a goose here. No, it's a boat. It's a boat. I thought that was a goose. It's a person in a boat looking up at the moon. Because I was going to say that this feels like you end up on shore here, but the shore, there's a lot of thick forest, like walking through it, walking through some type of density, walking through some level of density here in the darkness with strange. It's like a strange world you find yourself in. But I think somehow you've come out of the strange world. But even here, right, like this doesn't seem like a strange world. It seems very real. Well, it is kind of like, right, like we can all look at this and we can relate to this here. I mean, I'd like to relate to this, but honestly, no, I have not seen this through my waking eyes in this, like in the lifetime that I exist in. So, like just going with that this is more like some type of strange, it's like being in some sort of strange world. Do you feel like at some point here you took some sort of a weird detour on your path in life and you ended up in this really weird magical world now? But it's neat because yeah, I would say like, wouldn't that be cool to be able to stand there and to witness such amazing magical energy around you? But we all know, right? Like this can suddenly turn into something, you know, that feels very sort of malevolent, and then it can turn, or something that feels very benevolent, and then it turns into something more malevolent. Like, what is that? That doesn't feel like it favors me. That feels dangerous. It feels scary. It's almost too like this is something that is so beautiful to watch it as it comes down, and you realize it's coming down towards you, and you have to dive into the water to get away from it because it's enormous and it feels like it's going to crush you. Right, like what I'm describing here, it's almost like feeling like this strange world where maybe things coming towards you feel like, oh my God, what is that? I don't know how to deal with that, and feeling like you're trying to dive out of it, and then you end up in a new realm, like deep in this water, and yeah, and it was so now here you are. It's like, so now here you are, happiness. It's like all of a sudden everything is real again. That's exactly what that is. Like all of a sudden everything is real again. Like it's real in a sense that you can ground yourself in it and you can feel comfortable in it, and you can feel, I want to say too, like you can have a level of expectation that can be very reasonably met in this environment, where this one, you know, you don't know what to expect minute to minute in this space, but literally it looks like you walked from what was very real into a deep, deep space of illusion and mystery. Or could be like a part of your being really maybe so submersed in your deep subconscious here. Yeah, like your deep subconscious. And then coming out here and, hi, how are you? It's just like happy. That is such an intriguing energy. You guys have been really interesting lately. Not to say that you never been interesting before. Sometimes things come out of my mouth and I think to myself, you know, people say shit like that to me. I'm like, what did you mean by that? Okay, so you have happiness. Virgo is happiness. The situation is happiness. Feels good being on this other side of the river. But it's like you met someone there. That's what I really get with this. Like you met someone on the other side. But to get to the other side, you had to walk through this really weird place. So happiness. Wow, the Knight of the Pentacles. The Knight of the Pentacles. That's very, very realistic. This is a plan. Did you get sidetracked? Did you do like squirrel? Squirrel. I can be like that. Whoa, what's over there? What's going on? What's that? Like, because, right? It's go over the bridge. That's the thing. But then it's almost like maybe there was a boat. Like, hey, actually, what happens if I go in the boat for a little while and float down the stream? Because the happiness is, this is a good plan. Like you're in some sort of very practical, steadfast, realistic plan, approach. I often get carrots love tomatoes with this card, right? We do have signs here that say carrots and tomatoes. If you haven't read the book, it's a great book in terms of planting beneficial plants with one another, controlling insects with certain plants as well. Carrots love tomatoes. And right, like it's very holistic. It's kind of, if you plan ahead, like if you're going to make a garden and you plan ahead using a book like that, and you plant according to that book, it might have taken more time to get that garden planted. You did a little more research than just throwing in the seeds and going, all right, this place gets a lot of sun. Put that there, I'm going to put that there. And, you know, maybe you wouldn't get the best stuff coming up, or you might be spending a lot of time trying to add fertilizer or manure because plants were not doing very good, or now you have an insect infestation and you're not going to get anything off of your tomatoes. They've all been ravaged, or a blight or something like that, right? It's like, that's not, See, this Knight of Pentacles is making the time here to understand what it is that they want to achieve, and understanding what is the best path and plan to take to achieve that. Right? Like, it's interesting because this is your card, and it is so Virgo. Like, honestly, in the depiction in this particular deck, to me, is so Virgo. Like, I'm going to analyze this and understand it as best as I can. And maybe that has something to do with, like, where you've been here. Like, wherever you went. That was all part of the plan. I feel like it was all part of the plan. Wherever you've been was all part of the plan. And, right, now you're planting plants, or, you know, sounds like I'm saying that word too many. You're putting in the soil the plants that are going to help each other. So you end up having to do less work over the entire season because you put a little bit more work and thought and process in ahead of time. And now you're at the happiness part. So now you're at the happiness part. Does this mean it's like planted? Because it's not a harvest card. This is like feeling really good. To me, this is feeling really good about the seeds that you've planted and where you've planted them and where you've planted them with. How interesting. It's not just being happy about the seeds that you've planted, but it's being happy about where you've planted these seeds and what you've planted these seeds with and the time it took to plant them. You're happy. It's like, yeah, it's good. Happiness, Knight of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. Done the best with what you know. Oh, the Ace of Cups. And the Tower. So fuck, but you're happy. Maybe nothing bothers you right now. You're like, I'm good. Where the Tower? What is going on with that? The Knight of Pentacles. Tell me the Tower. Is the Tower a good thing? What is the Tower? The Chariot. The Six of Cups. And the Knight of Wands. Oh. Okay, okay. This was getting too far ahead of the plan. So what the plan is. This feels like just getting too far ahead of with the plan. Too far ahead with the plan here. Now it's not. You're happy. You're happy with the plan. You're happy with the plan. I don't even know, too, like if maybe you've been trying to push life a little bit faster than it would go for you, or you've been trying to achieve things by pushing on elements in life that, you know, those are things that you can't push on. You have to leave that up to nature. You can't push the seed out of the ground. Right? Yeah, I really can't do that. You can't do that. You have to give the seed the elements that it requires to push itself out of the ground. You can't push the seed out of the ground. You have to give the seed the elements that it requires to allow it to push itself out of the ground. How interesting. Who's in the picture with you? That's good. Who's in the picture here with Virgo? Just so happy. The Seven of Pentacles, your new plan. Your new plan. Your new plan or the new plan or a planner. Well, maybe that's you. What was the other one? I feel like you're the planner. I feel like you're the one. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong? But tell me. Like if I was going to go on vacation. Oh, my mom has a Virgo placement. I don't know what it is. Or maybe I just get that off of her, which is weird. Because she's an Aries sun and a Sagittarius moon. But anyways, yeah, all the planning. If you're going to go on a trip, it's great because she'll do all the planning, all the research. That's like, I see that, I get that from you. It's like you would know the best place to eat. You would know the best place to do this. You would look into the schedules to make sure that everything lined up as well, too. The new plan. That's who's in the picture with you. A replanner? It could be somebody who gets low-bearing fruit. Is it the person who's picking the apples from the seeds you planted? Interesting. The Three of Cups. The Five of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles. Hey, now that's not you. That's a Capricorn energy. It looks like to me somebody who's replanning some sort of stage in life here after going through a very sad, difficult time. But then you got the Moon. Maybe you're the only one that really counts. I don't know. Like part of it feels a bit like it's saying it's you. That's okay. You're happy with you, yourself, and you. I can't say I. How would you do that? You, yourself, and Vu. Okay. The Bridge in the past. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. That's interesting. There's a picture there. Somebody has a picture. Keeping a picture of someone. The Knight of Cups. The bridge to your heart. Following your heart. This Knight of Cups. The Death card. The Seven of Swords. Oh, and the Sun. Wow. It's like, it just feels like some type of a rebirth here in your heart, in life that you didn't expect. I would say that. It's, yeah, and it's beautiful. It's happy. It's finding the sun through the moon. The bridge is the sun and the moon. So that's kind of neat. You have the sun and the moon here in the past, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. The moon. The Three of Wands. The moon is the Three of Wands. So the way I said that was like, I will pull more, but I was getting ahead of myself. The moon is the Three of Wands. The seed, the expectation of the seed that is planted here. But that feels all weird and illusionary. what we expect on the shore. The moon. The bridge crossed. You crossed the shore with the bridge. But the moon is almost like, right, like the Three of Wands is symbolizing standing on the shore and waiting for the ship to come in. Oh, and it's not a ship, but it is a boat out there with a person standing there. Waiting to come back to shore. As I said, it's like you got to the bridge and you started crossing. Well, wait a second, there's a cool boat here. Where does that take me? It's sort of like a Neverland or something, which is kind of beautiful and mystical and quite inspiring, but it's not something that you can build on, right? Like you have this real practical energy right now with the Knight of Pentacles and you got the Seven of Pentacles. You can build on this. This is something that you can make real things happen. So this Three of Wands. And right, the Three of Wands is talking about the seeds that you have planted and waiting for them to, those ships to come in. Temperance, waiting. Confused, the Seven of Cups. And the Wheel. Okay, there has been a big shift here. It's waiting to come out of a time of confusion, honestly, with the moon and the Seven of Cups. Waiting to come out of some sort of, is this some sort of period here that is governed by, is it possibly like some sort of Neptunian energy? Neptune and the moon. It's just so heavy with mystical, dreamy, strange. But the wheel is it changes. See, the wheel makes me feel like too, like, is there something that has changed astrologically here? Like, and when I say astrologically, I mean that whatever was going on in the past, you were supposed to go through that. That was supposed to happen. Now you find yourself on the other side of maybe some type of spiritual challenge. You find yourself on the other side of a spiritual challenge and you have content. You find content within yourself. You find joy and happiness outside of you. You see that. It's such a nice energy. Look at this. Empress, Eight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Wow, that's almost like somebody recognizing their value, producing the magic to boot themselves out of the darkness. Booting themselves out of the darkness into the light. Yeah, that's 100% your reading. 102%. Say 102%, Virgo. I'm going to go do your extended, Virgo. In the extended, I want to ask, what can you do to keep this garden growing? I feel like you've planted a seed here and you've got like everything is, just keep this growing. This is a really beautiful energy. What can you do to keep this garden growing? That's what we're going to look at in the extended for you, Virgo. Thank you so much, Virgoians. Until next... Oh, there's two options in the description below if you'd like to follow me to the extended. Thank you so much, Virgos. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.